is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is the Slappy One, and today we're jumping into 7 Days to Die version 1.0. That's right, we're finally out of alpha after years and years and years. A game that I love, a game that I've played numerous times, is finally out to the masses in its actual game state. I'm very excited for this, guys, because one, we have a new patch, and it plays a lot differently. I've played a few iterations, I've streamed it, but also it's available for console players. So to any Xbox or PlayStation 5 user, this one is out for you. So let's get started with the playthrough. So to start, the tutorial is now the challenge menu. So you have to start here. You press Y to get here, and then the first thing you do is you redeem this. It'll give you 100 XP, which is cool. But now we get to go through everything. So we're going to go through the questy quest real quick and get that going. Now I have spawned near a wilderness point of interest. That is fine. This is a random generated map. It is 10K. So there's a lot of stuff. It is the Central Forest generation. Now I'm gonna probably speed through some things, but I'm going to try to explain my actions as I go. So through this playthrough, if you see anything that is a little curious, if you miss it, feel free to ask a question in the comments. I'll reply to them. I'll check that out. So I'm picking up small stones off the ground. They look like that. I'm ignoring the plants. I'm ignoring anything else at the moment because I want to go through this as quick as I can. So we're going to start by crafting an axe. With that axe, I don't want to harvest this because this is iron. Iron is cool, but we do not need it right now. We're going to leave that be. I want these. These are stone rocks. We can break these down. They give us just stone. Notice in the bottom right corner, every time I hit twice, I get another stone. I've harvested my 5. Yay! Notice I'm stopping for every bird nest I can find. Bird nests are essential to the game. When you see them, harvest them. And then some. And I say that with love and care to any 7 Days player. You need the bird's nests for later in the game. Alright, so next up is to make the primitive outfit. I'm going to go above and beyond. I'm going to make the gloves, the outfit, and the shoe, or not the outfit, the shoes and the hood. So that way I have full armor. It's not great. It's a little bit of light armor, but armor is armor. And so we will take that. So I'm going to just throw that on. You can use W for the hotkey. Next up, it wants me to craft a club. It's a basic weapon. That's fine. I'll use a club for now because my build is not going to need clubs. And I'm not actually doing spears either. Next up is the bow, which is fine. We'll throw that in there. You can shift click to move stuff between your hotbar and your inventory, by the way. Next up, stone arrows. I have enough wood for 4. I'm going to go back to my handy dandy tree. I'm going to get me a little more wood. Don't feel like you have to harvest the whole thing immediately in the early game. Get what you need just for the early bit. And then go from there. Once you're into settling down and you have your build, or at least a spot to hide, then you're in a whole much better space. So that's what you want to look for, is that. So I'm going to grab a little more wood. I'm out of stones. That's why I couldn't grab that. So I'm going to go back to my handy dandy stone. Now, if you notice, I don't have any zombies spawning near me yet. And that is because we are in the early game. When we're in the early game, they don't spawn for a little bit, or unless you go a certain distance. So that's why I'm trying to stay within a relatively tight space. I'm just going to redeem all of those and that. Tutorial's done. All of these unlock. We'll cover these at a later point. Good job, Survivor. You have proved to be capable with much potential. Yada, yada, yada. Go find your trader. Okay? My trader is about 800 meters this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this way, and I'm just going to stop to harvest basic things. I'm looking for bird nests. I'm looking for stones that are immediately along my path. I'm looking for any bird nest that I can actually see and harvest. I'm also looking for like bushes and shrubs that I can just quickly pop for bits of wood. These little deer antler bushes, they give you a few wood each. They're worth it without having to sit there and go. I'm also looking for bird's nests because eggs and feathers. Feathers mean arrows. Eggs mean food. As we go through progression, you're going to realize that eggs are needed in a lot of things for food. Whether you play a solo playthrough, or whether you're playing with friends, or whether you're on a server. Eggs are vital to a lot of things. All right, so we have our first victim of the day. And we're going to go ahead and take him out. Sit down, sir. Beautiful. So he gave me some EXP. We like that. And now, what I really wanted to find is the gore blocks, because I'm making a knife. That's right. We're doing an agility build, guys. Now, some people may be like, oh, everybody's done an agility build. You're right. They're fun. You can be super quick. You can be super stealthy. They're incredibly overpowered right now between speed of attack and what you can do with them. And I'm going to show you what I mean here. Now, there's other options that you can do. And I plan on down the road doing some videos on some of the other builds that you can spec into, because there are some incredible options out there. So I'm also going to stop for this tree stump. When you see tree stumps, you should want to stop as well. This one did not give me it, but it is what it is. Tree stumps have the chance, when you harvest them, to give you honey. And when you have honey, that means that you can cure infection if you get infected by a zombie hit. So it is a good thing to have on hand, not just because you're more than likely going to experience that at one point or another in your playthrough, but because you're going to experience it at one point or another in your playthrough. Even the best players get infected. Even the best YouTubers get infected. It happens, you know? Things are there. So we're going to keep rocking and rolling. And we're looking. We have eyes open. Oh, we have a crawler. I'm going to just step back, let my stamina regen just a tad more. Take him down. Now, before this guy comes, I'm actually pretty confident in my abilities. So we're going to do deep cuts. I'm going to chuck 2 points there. I'm going to do another point into deep cuts, because that means that I now do bleeds. So looking at skills, agility is where we're going. So every time we put points, that means our headshot damage increases. We get a chance to dismember with bows, handguns, knives, which is good. All three things we're going to want to use. Deep cuts deals more damage. You can inflict bleeding wounds. Power attacks add a lot more, which is basically tick damage. Stamina costs are reduced, which is good. Here soon, we're going to be adding to sneak from the shadows to where we can sneak a lot better and go from there. Agility builds are all about speed. They're about stealth, which means we're looking to light armor when we're out looting. With loot bonuses, we are looking to basically run through and be that ninja in the night. So, now early game, it's hard to do. Not going to lie. It is a harder thing to accomplish, but we're going to do it. Tree stump. So we're going to go grab the rock. I saw the other rock. I'm not worried about it. Single stones, if I miss them, I'm not... Notice I'm passing over a lot of stuff, and that is intentional. That did not give me the honey either, which is disappointing, but it's not unexpected. Bird nest. Ooh, 2 bird's nests. Lucky me. And eggs in both of them. I will be happy as that. Now, I have seen a few pieces of lootables along the way. It's not that I don't want to hit them. I'm playing inventory management. So you notice the shaded squares here? This is what you can carry without movement speed loss. And add anything to this without a modifier of some kind, and you're going to lose movement speed. And our build is about movement speed. So I'm going to play to that early. Plus, it's stuff I just don't need right now. You have to pick your battles. And this is definitely a battle that is easy to win in the early game. Just grab your essentials. Go from there. You know, focus on your tree stumps. Focus on your rocks, your wood. You know, couple gore blocks to get your bones early if you're doing an agility build. See, he's bleeding on the ground here. Come on, buddy. So like this, any other build I would come and loot that, but I'm not worrying about it right now. Ooh, that had 6 feathers. All right, we have made it to our trader. We're going to harvest this tree stump real quick, and then we're going to find our way to glory with Trader Rect. Now, Trader Rect, he's a bit crass. There we go. See, you have a jar of honey. You get a little food, a little health, but you get that cure infection, and that's what you want to have. Now Trader Rect is rather crass, guys. I'm gonna be real with y'all. He's rough around the edges. All right, the apocalypse has not been kind to him. It's just, we'll leave him be. He's having a hard time. We're gonna search through the destroyed stuff that he's got, see if we can get lucky and get a forge book. It looks like we're not gonna get so lucky this time, which is disappointing. Now, for new players, the traders all have their own specialization. Rect is crops, as you can tell by the farm-themed approach. There we go. We got a Forge Ahead magazine, which means we can make a dew collector. So there's at least that. There's another one getting us on our way to a forge. All right, it's a start. So Rect focuses on crops, and that's fine. We can use that to our advantage. We're probably not putting any points into living off the land right out of the gate, but we'll see what happens.
Slap that smirk off your face. Doing one job doesn't make us pals.
Come on, Trader Rect. All right, special jobs.
I don't like you.
So,
don't just stand there with your thumb up your ass. Get the job
all right. I'm just trying to tell the good people what to do around here, man. This is the apocalypse. Anyway. Rect is going to give us a shovel. He's going to send us on our way to do a buried supplies quest. Now, a lot of people are of the school of thought that buried supplies is not worth the time. I disagree. Where is it? It's this way, 200 meters. So we're going to speed over there. Buried supplies, honestly, is probably a phenomenal early game quest. Not because it's going to give you a ton of XP or this, that, and the other. It is a phenomenal bit because oh, he being weird. Bro, are we like what is going on here? Are we fighting some Dementors or something? Anyway, I was intrigued because I've never actually seen these underpasses, so this is actually really cool. We'll probably use that to our advantage later for something. Anyway, so it's a dig quest basically, for buried supplies, and it's good because it can give you early foodstuffs that you don't have access to make and probably won't have the magazines to make, and that's great for you. It also gives you a lot of clay, which, for any kind of build you do, whether you're converting a point of interest, whether you are making your own horde base, clay is essential. So we're going to start that, and we're just going to dig right into the ground here. We're going to pick a spot somewhat in the middle, and we're just going to go down. Now, the beauty of dig quests is you get a radius to look. So the game actually gives you some kind of UI to work on, which is cool. As you dig X number of blocks, I forget how many, it will tighten up the radius. So what I always try to do is I try to dig a couple down, and then I try to make a ramp. That way I have an out, because as these come in, sometimes it can trigger zombies. And if the zombies get in the hole and you don't have an out, well, you're in trouble. And I don't want anybody in trouble, so when you dig a hole, have an out. All right, I'm going to drink of water real quick because we're starting to lose a little bit of water. I can see at the bottom, the blue and green bars are my hunger and my water, respectively. Conversely, green is for hunger, blue is for water. And water also affects your stamina regeneration rate. So notice, did you hear the sound that the game made? It tightened up the radius on us, so we want to actually go a little more this way. Which is fine, because if you look in the bottom right corner, we're sitting on about 300 clay. Now, can we do anything with this clay right in the here and the now? No. But this is one item that having early is never a bad thing of. In fact, on my stream last night, I was doing a build with my buddy, and we were probably sitting on a few thousand clay, which is honestly child's play for some. Now, I see the food stash, but before I open it, I'm going to give myself an out because I do not have the out right now. I want to make sure I can get up, which I can. Then we're going to search that. This is what we're after, but we get the rest too. It's not the greatest one, but it looks like we fell into a trap. There you go. And I believe that was the only zombie. Well, there's 2 tree stumps over here, along with a tourist. You know what? We're gonna be a little ballsy. Come here, buddy. Just because there's actually three tree stumps, and ooh, that head was a little bit squishy. So anyway, I want to harvest these because chance of getting honey. There's also a challenge in the game where if you have to harvest like 5 honey from tree stumps. So I want to work on that because challenges are experience if you complete them, or should I say when you complete them. Plus, I could use the wood, you know? So it's a double good reason to just not ignore tree stumps. If you ignore them, you're a braver man than I, which that's fair. All right, so we have mission accomplished. We are going to make our way back to the trader, which thankfully he's only 200 meters away. I have actually seen some of these intro quests go like 500 and 600 meters away from him, which is crazy, but, you know, it is what it is. You know, you're going to get what you get. And before you even set up shop, before you throw down your crates, your bedroll, anything like that, speaking of which, I want to craft one. Always make sure to just go ahead and get that quest done, because you cannot do other trader quests unless you have done the intro quest. So for new players, here's your tip of the day. Get that done, because questing from this guy is the crux of this game, especially early on. Now, I'm not going to worry about grabbing the other stuff, which, I mean, I could. You know, my loot goblin self says to do it. I'm not. I know better. We want to be mobile.
Congratulations. Here's
now,
your reward.
we could do the pipe pistol. We could do the machine gun. I'm going to do pipe pistol because everyone is... when I say everyone, I mean everyone is like, oh, the machine gun's the best. And I don't disagree. But the pistol works better with the build.
Hey, jerk. You need some more?
That's the trailer part.
Half a zombie. Look, blockhead, I'll give you
Residence.
whatever, motherfucker. Listen up, jackass. You want work? Then show some respect.
You know what, Rex?
You're turning me down? I ought to put a bullet in that thick skull of yours. Let's make a pact.
Feeling is, you know what, give me that.
It's been an honor to work with you, but it would be a lie.
So we're going to open that. Gives us a pipe pistol and a few bullets. Which the pipe pistol, if I'm being honest, it ain't that great. It's a shoddy made weapon, but it works. So that's really what we're looking for, is the fact that it works. And it's more of our get out of jail free card. I'm going to focus more on working with the knives. Now we don't have any more skill points, which is fine. So I'm going to scoot on over to our point of interest. I chose the closest one because we can just run over there and I don't have to cut film or anything. And we can talk about things. So we'll take care of Miss Arlene here. Take care of that. All right. We have the oil refinery right next door, which is cool. This is actually not a bad building to sit on top of and throw some crates. So we might actually just use it because it's simple. In fact, I think that's what we're going to do. Industrial tank number 1. Notice it has no skulls underneath it, so this is it's a point of interest, but it has no real difficulty to it. It's got like a few zombies. So we're going to use this to our advantage. Now we have a sleeping zombie right here, which is fine. He gone. Now, somebody was trying to sleep up here already and survive. Unfortunately, they did not survive. That's fine. This is really just needed to be our escape point, so to speak. So we're going to claim it as our own. And we're going to do what this guy did. We're going to throw a bedroll down. We'll just throw it right there. And now we have our home. Give me my arrow back. We're going to go into here, too, because... Oh, he fell into the dirt. There we go. Now, I like these because you can harvest oil shell from this. I'm not going to do that now, but you can, if you need a little emergency oil shell, you can always come back to these. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make... We're going to do 6 crates real quick. And I'm not going to do anything too incredibly fancy here, though I could. We're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm not going to worry about labeling them right now. I'm not going to do anything over the top. I am, however, going to just stick the torch there because I have this light right here for now. And I'm going to stick some of my excess supply, minus the stone, up into the crate. So I'm going to keep that. Well, actually, I'm going to keep fiber, my arrows, my feathers, my wood, and then that all is going to go. Now, my arrows, or my feathers, I'm keeping because I'm going to turn those to arrows. Now, we have this point of interest right next door on one side, which is great. I actually will be going here at some point just to loot it because there is an empty cement mixer, which usually that's going to have a book for us. But our point of interest is this house, and that's what we want to go do. So we're going to go do it real quick. I'm going to go pop down here. Now that we have our little hidey shack. For new players, honestly, it's better to just pick a spot and just shack up there for the first few days and just gather supplies. I got the sneak damage, but not the kill. That got me the kill. Cool. Recovered a few arrows, which is always good. Now, this point of interest is okay. I'm just going to hit the outside. Magnum Enforcer. I'm just going to go ahead and read it because it's experience, and I want that. I'm going to break that because there's always a munitions box right here, which means ammunition. The rest of it, I'm not too arsed about. It's a tier 1, so I'm going to go ahead and just trigger it. Because every time you trigger a quest, the point of interest resets. So I'm going to re-grab that box. I'm going to run over here, re-grab the mailbox, because usually a mailbox will have something. This time it only has paper. And then we're going to go up, and we're going to start our way in. Now, I don't have the tools and equipment to just, plow through a door and go straight for the end loot. Nor do I want to, but I do want to be rather sneaky. So we're going to do some breakage of a few things that could alert the zombies that were here. These trash bits, they'll rattle around if you step on them. They make noise. I'm going to do a quick repair of my axe while I'm at it. Because usually... there's usually a zombie around the corner. But this time there's not. So I'm curious where he's at. But I'm still going to take away the trash piles because that's also given me some of the early material that I need for a dew collector. Well, he's seen us. Hey, buddy, you're bleeding all over. Can we not? Thank you. Jump through here. Search the medicine cabinet. I've already pissed off some of the room. Wait, was he in the room? Oh, there she is. Don't know where you were hiding, but now you're mine. Oh, hi, Arlene. All right, she's down. We're going to try and stealth the rest of this out. Because early on, you can do pretty easy stealth kills, even if you have no points into agility with your bow. You just have to know where to aim. Cool. So we'll take care of that. That'll get us some cloth. Always pick up office chairs early on, too. That's a big pro tip because you scrap those, they give you leather, which you need. Also, bookcases are your best friend. Damage against coyotes. Ooh, that is actually really nice when we get to the desert, I believe. Magazines, vehicle adventures. Always read those because that means you can craft vehicles. Lucky Looter Volume 2. Find more ammunition. And we found a Tier 2 bone knife, which is incredible start of a find. But this is the end of the point of interest. Now, we'll hit the key. We'll open the door. We'll go back here. We'll grab the chairs, because chairs you can scrap to wood. We'll do the same with the old chairs. It's a good practice for early game wood. We're going to grab our satchel and our loot, and that's all that we need. Now, I'm still going to stop and grab the rest of the stuff here because, well, I need it. You're going to get a little bit of EXP for items that you loot. It's nothing really fantastic to shake a stick at. But the stuff that you get is kind of worth it. So notice I've got a few things here, some glue, some iron arrowheads. A lot of it I won't need now, but, you know, starting to get a supply now is never going to hurt anything. I'm also going to get murky water from things like toilets. So we have that. We are going to, because we don't have our food with us, we're just going to quickly skedaddle over to the trader. And we're going to turn that quest in, and we're going to grab one more quest. We're going to bring our findings back over to our hidey hole, and we're going to go do that quest. So that's basically day one in a nutshell, is quickly get the initial trader quest done, find you a place to set up shop,
Wipe that
be
smirk
super
off
quick.
your face. Doing one job doesn't make us pals.
Oh, this is actually a really good perk right here to get, and I might just grab it. Bow Hunters is also good. But Urban Combat 6, basically when you're in combat, whatever armor you have on does not slow you down in combat. That's actually, that has a lot of use. So I'm going to go ahead and take that as my reward for this quest because I do see that having a lot of impact for us.
Name's not important.
We're going to take the fetch at the Honeysuckle Trailer Park, and I have a reason for wanting that.
The drill, asshole.
We're going to sell the charred meat back to him because I'm not touching charred meat.
Sale is a sale, even if it is to us. Fine.
Now we have 100.
Well, you better get
Shut
your
up,
ass
Rex.
to crack a book, because you're dumber than dirt.
You know what? Maybe I will take my butt to crack a book there, Wrecked. Jeez. All right. So that is going to be that. So what we're going to do, guys, is yeah, we're going to run over to the Honeysuckle Trailer Park. I'm going to stop at the house. We've got a can of chili that we have to start. And I always try to save that for usually right around now when the hunger's getting a little bit more and things are there. But if you notice, I've been just super quick. And that's really how you should kind of treat day one. Get your feet underneath you, get your initial quest, maybe a quest or two from the trader done, and then establish yourself a spot to just live. Does not need to be fancy, does not need to be optimized, does not need to be any of those things. It just needs to be a place to survive. And as long as you can do that, you're in phenomenal business. But I'll tell you what we're going to go ahead and do because we've got a little bit of time left on this video. And I'm going to go over what I normally do, which is right around 30. Ooh, spears. You know what? I don't ever really need spears. But I'm not going to say no. Give me the gore block. We are going to run our way right over here because the Honeysuckle Trailer Park is really cool. Now, this one, I'm going to do a little bit of pre-clearing because it's got 6 mailboxes. And the mailboxes usually have... Oh, it's a dog. There we go. I was actually expecting that to be a lot worse. But like Bar Brawler, with every punch. That's not going to do me any good. I'm not using knuckles. These trash bins sometimes have good things, but really I'm just looking for a lot of the initials. To knock down and stunned opponents. You know what? We're just going to go ahead and read them. They're XP. Why not? It's not going to hurt to not have them. But yeah, I'm looking for just the quick stuff because essentially these trailers are just quick in, quick out. Kind of places, and usually you can find quick things. Ew, buddy. But yes, that's really what we're looking for when I'm pre-clearing. Normally I'll do the whole thing, but I want to be quick, so like ammo piles, I want those. Sealed crates. These are also really good. And the sealed crates, no matter what they are, they have use. Now, are there some you probably want more than others? Yes, but you'll take what you can get. So, like, that gave me an armor magazine, which means I can craft better armor tiers. We'll quickly loot all of these. Now, my loot stage and my game stage is not that great, but, you know, we'll get there eventually. Home cooking weekly, these you want to have, because this means you can make better food. I can now make grilled corn and baked potatoes, which means I can actually make something to survive on, which is good. So we're going to bounce over. I think it's this trailer right here has the wood crate in it. So I do want to grab that. Oh, big mama. Yeah, this one has it. We'll scrap the knife because we don't need it. But, I mean, hey, we got a few other things. We have a set of beef that we got, so we're going to eat that real quick. We have an office chair we're going to scrap. And we're going to go from there. And then that's pretty much all I'm looking for in the pre-clear of this. I'm not going to worry about the rest. And then, ta-da, we're going to re-hit it, and everything's going to reset. So now, this is a... Oh, dog's triggered. There we go. I'm going to harvest him up because he gives me bones, he gives me leather, he gives me rotten flesh. All things that I am going to need at some point. There we go. I'm going to just be super quick in here. I did see that I picked up a Home Cooking Weekly magazine. I'm going to read that here in a moment. But with these, I just try to be quick. I am going to grab the cloth, though, because I do need that for duct tape. And if I can be quick with it, I will. I'm going to break those down because that's scrap plastics. I'm going to read that. These scrap polymers, these are actually really good to grab early on when you can because you need them to make a dew collector. So as you find them, harvest them. Machine gunner. We'll probably pick up an automatic weapon somewhere later. But things like coolers, trash cans, all of the sort, they give you the polymers, so, you know, why not break them down? Some of the trash pieces do. But I love doing the trailer park early because it does have several sealed crates. Oh, take the out. There we go. Did I bring it? No, I did not. Bow hunters, which is good. Tactical warfare is good. Means I can make quality 2 bows. I can also make pipe machine guns at quality 2. The latter I'm not really going to need right now, but hey, we're working our way up. Ooh, mods and then electricals. We'll go ahead and eat the food just because we're getting a little low. And so yeah, that's really what we're doing. I could just go straight for the supplies and leave, and I'm well within my right to do that, but I mean, hey, I'm going to take a moment and get a few other things here. I'm going to make this trip worth my time, because why not? Oh, Wasteland Treasures. Oh, this right here is a game changer. Wasteland Treasures Volume 4. If you find that one, you're set, because that gives you the ability to make pure mineral water in your campfire. and my game just crashed. So we'll be back here in just a moment. All right, and we're back. I don't know why my game just shut itself down like that. I didn't even get an error message. I guess it really just read my excitement, to be fair. But that was a really good find. Oh, no! It was different! No, it didn't want me to have it! Oh, that's so sad. That's fine. We'll take that. We'll go from there. It was a really lucky roll. Dang. I guess 7 days didn't want me to have that. But that's fine. You know what? I will... Come on, Big Mama. There we go. You know what, guys? I'm not going to be disappointed. I did have to verify my files before I started today. I don't know why, but one of them corrupted out, so... Probably is what it is. So we're going to go through here. We're going to read the book just because it's experience, okay? I could sell it back, and that's fine. I'm not really too arsed about it. Magnum Enforcer we're not really using. So anyway, we're going to keep going. Oh, we have... Oh, that's right. So if your game crashes or you leave in the middle of a quest, it'll just restart it. So, I mean, we're going to get a reload of the POI. So we might as well just hit some of the quick spots. That's unfortunate. But I'll tell you what we're going to do is I'm going to do that. I'm going to head back to base. But I'll tell you what, I appreciate you guys very much. If you're liking what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button. Keep that notification bell rung. I don't have a schedule. I do this part-time between my real-life job, my streams, and just my life. But I make this because I want to play games and share the experience with you guys. So we'll do that. So I'm going to run this through. I'm going to head back to base. That's going to complete the day. And I will see you guys back here for day 2. Until then, take care, my friends.